One of the more difficult places that couples find themselves is, let's say it's late at night, there's this tension that's boiling over, it turns into an argument, they're going back and forth, just arguing, it's getting worse. Neither of them like how they feel, but there's just so much energy that it's hard to diffuse the situation in a way that actually resolves it. And so what do you do in those situations? I think one of the most effective ways to diffuse that situation is to own what's happening inside of you and how that makes you respond. So for example, if I'm screaming, if I'm at the top of my lungs because my spouse isn't listening to me, what I need to do is, as best as I can, create enough space. And it takes practice, and that's fine if we make mistakes, but the concept is we have to create enough space inside of us to notice, yes, I'm angry. What else is going on though? Do I feel alone? Do I feel scared? Do I feel unheard? Or does it seem like I'm unimportant to this person? So in those situations, ideally you catch it before it gets there. But if you're there and things are already escalating, it can be helpful to take a few minutes, come back and share that. Hey, I know that we've been screaming. I know that it's hard for me to control my temper sometimes. But what's happening inside of me is that I just feel so sad when I'm not able to connect with you because you're important to me. And if I don't feel like we can come together and resolve our issues, I just feel disconnected, and that's so hard. And yes, I respond with anger, and I know it doesn't help, but I at least want you to know that this connection or bond between us is important, and I'm going to keep on working on it. So I think the more you can slow it down, own your half, the more you lead with your half, the easier it is for the other person to lead with theirs. You're right, my temper gets out of control as well. I need to slow this down as best as I can. The thing that triggers me most is when this happens and you do this or say this, because actually this is how I feel. I get afraid. And so the more you can take the risk to lead out first, it's easier for the other person to respond. The more you have those moments consistently, then you get stuck less and less often because you're actually resolving the issue instead of just brushing it under the rug.